You are listening to Digging In Podcast, presented by Rooted Wealth Advisors.
Welcome back to another episode of Digging In, back to your regularly scheduled host. I'm Kensho Kelly, helping you get those questions answered to and through retirement. Today, I am joined by Rooted Wealth Advisors event coordinator, event director, specialist, extraordinaire, wizard, all those things, Miss Jacqueline Walter. How you doing?
I'm good. You're giving me lots of praise.
Oh, yeah.
No pressure.
Well, I mean, it's due. It's due, right? You've been here for a few months now, but you've definitely gotten thrown into the fire with all the events. I have been very blessed by your presence here, to put it mildly. You've taken a lot off my plate, helped me out immensely. How have your first couple months been?
They've been great. It's definitely a learning curve. A totally new industry, a different lane. I'm only driving in one lane here, which is totally different. But it's a lot of fun to kind of repurpose the things that I've already known into a different avenue.
Yeah, I think a lot of people that come into this industry are surprised at how much can correlate from other work experience. I think with you, with your photography background, you were at events, with everything under the sun, right? A to Z. So seeing like what we can do for our clients, and you taking some of those ideas, running with them, just throwing some killer events, everything from dinner seminars, educational events, and my personal favorite, the parties.
Absolutely. The parties are the best.
All right. So this is where I wanted to get to today. A talk about just the client experience for our clients here at Rooted. What is your goal? What do you want them to walk in and experience? Because that's really how we view them, right? Not just events, but we really want them to feel warm and fuzzy all the way around.
Right. My goal is for somebody to walk into an event, whether it be a client, somebody brand new, even at a dinner seminar or an educational event, to walk in and feel welcome. I'm a very anxious person, and I don't like the unknown, and I don't like to feel out of my element. And so it's my goal for that not to be felt by anyone else that's attending. I want it to feel like a warm hug. I want it to be an experience. I want it to be fun and exciting, and just for all qualms to be left at the door.
I think that speaks volumes, because there is so much anxiety, I think, that people have up until this point, because a lot of times when they're coming to us at one of our events, maybe they've heard Amber on the phone, maybe they've heard Jacqueline on the phone, maybe they've seen us on TV, but they really don't know what to expect once they get there. We have some materials that help with that, a video that helps with that, but to really be in the space, see the people, experience the, I guess, atmosphere or vibe for those of our younger crowd, right? A lot goes into making sure that everything is correct. The temperature in the room, the music that's playing. Are you greeted with a smile or a handshake? Do we have your name spelled correctly on, our name tag or whatever?
That's a big one for you and me. Names are important.
I mean, when you have a unique name, like I take it very personal. Like I want to spell people's name correctly. I want to pronounce it correctly, and I'll work pretty hard to get to that point. But all these little details that all accumulate together in this bigger event, we really want people to take home knowledge from our team about something that could impact their lives, some value, right? But then we also want them to know that we really care. Right.
The goal of making the connection. I'm not the one providing necessarily the financial knowledge or the value from that piece. So it's my goal to make sure that everything else goes well, that your food is good, that it fits your dietary restrictions. All of those different things that are just the little details are important. And again, for me, it's about being comfortable, and it's about feeling confident in whatever setting you're in. And if I can do that in any way, like, that's what I'm here for.
Right. Like the best concierge of all time. Right. And what makes a great event. You also know what makes a poor event, right? You've experienced both on both sides of the table there. So it is so much fun to also work with some of our vendors that absolutely get it, right? They get that we're their clients, but that we are also serving our clients. So like Laura at the Roost Chris in Denver, right? Just above and beyond, like, how amazing was it to have her at our event, just taking care of our clients? Because we knew she took care of us, so she was for sure going to take care of our clients.
Right. And her approach to things, I never want to go to any other restaurant ever.
Right.
From the moment we first stepped foot in the restaurant, I want everyone who comes into contact with us to feel the same way. I want it to be no question, because when it comes down to it, you can manage your finances just about anywhere.
Right.
But we're the ones that make the difference.
Yeah.
And so that's what I want people to latch on to. And she does that so well. I'm like taking notes. I want to learn all the things.
It's a perfect correlation, right? Yeah, you could do it yourself. Yeah, you could stay at home and you could, grill your own steak, pour your own drink or whatever. But just the experience and care provided, you could tell she was authentic. She genuinely cared about how our event went because she was invested in it, right? We are invested in our clients. We genuinely care about their retirement. We want them to have a great time. We want every day to be Saturday for them, whatever they want, whatever their dream is.
Yeah. Well, and selfishly, I want to have fun at our events too.
Yeah.
I want to have fun at dinner. I want to have fun at our client experiences and at everything we're doing. So there is kind of a selfish turn there that I want everyone attending to have a good time, but I'm there to have a good time too.
And I will say, like, with us putting our heads together on some of these events, we've been able to come up with some pretty creative ones. The painting that happened in Bloomington, and what about that champagne event?
I'm really excited for that. We're doing a planetarium show that is a light show to the dark side of the moon. So it's kind of a different avenue, and I'm really excited to experience it. So I can only imagine that the people attending will be also.
Yeah, it's just something different, just something a little out of the box. And I think this is the perfect opportunity for you to let everybody know about the Rooted Ambassador event. I think you can officially let the cat out of the bag.
We're unveiling. I'm very excited.
Let's do it.
I'm very excited. This year, our ambassador excursion is going to be a full-on Casino Royale, black tie casino experience at the Pear Tree Estate in Champaign. I'm very excited.
It is going to be to the nines. This is going to be a very elite experience. The past 2 years, people that have qualified for the Rooted Ambassador event have referred somebody to this or to us. And they've sat down with an advisor. That's all you need to do to be able to qualify for this event. So 2 years ago, we took a couple charter buses up to Wrigley Field and went to the Cubs cards game, rented out an entire deck. It was awesome. It was a blast. And it was a good game. There was a lot of offense in the game too.
I'm really disappointed that I missed the last couple.
And then this past year's was a Broadway event, right? We took everybody out to a fine dining experience, McCormick and Schmick's right there on the river in Chicago. And then went to Wicked on Broadway, which it had been several years since I'd seen it, but that was a great show.
Yeah, I'm very disappointed. I came in, I think I started right after the Wicked experience, and I was, the timing was just a bummer. But I'm very excited. It'll be very top tier. They have an in-house gourmet catering company within the estate, and everything will just be over the top.
Tell me more. I like the idea of a black tie event. We've never done a black tie event of this caliber before. This is going to be exciting.
Well, and that part makes people a little comfortable. They have to get dressed. It pushes them out of their element. But I think that just elevates the experience and sets the expectation that much higher.
Yep. Just so people know, they're not gambling with their own money. Right. The casino, this group provides money for us to play with. Everybody will start with the same amount of chips on the night, but we've got some pretty killer prizes lined up as well.
I'm excited for that as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So stay tuned as more announcements come out about these events. And we'd love your feedback too. I think above anything else, we're always searching for ideas for fun things to do. I think we got something in the works for a baseball game too.
We do. We do. You can't let the sports just go to the wayside.
Oh, no, absolutely not. But I think it's fun to do things for different backgrounds for different people, right? Not everybody's interested in a Broadway show. Not everybody's interested in a baseball game. Right. Trying to mix up the time of year we do things as well so that we can add some variety. And we want to get this out as soon as we can so that we know people are booking their calendars. Looking at you, Mary Jo, looking at you. Get this on your calendar.
Right. Well, and what's I think is the most interesting to me is that you don't have to be a current client client to refer people and to make that ambassador list.
That's right.
So you can, anybody can qualify. And I think that that's really special and enticing.
I think it means so much to us to be referred. I think that is such a huge piece. It's probably the greatest compliment that we can receive. Not only our advisors, of course, but for our entire team, because there's so much work that goes into each and individual case. But for us to be all rowing the boat in the same direction, to all have the same messaging, to really believe where we're headed, I think that's really where people see like, oh, this is a firm that is together. They enjoy being around each other. There's some trust. There's some camaraderie here. Yeah, I want my friends to meet with them to see if they can help.
Right. We call it the Rooted family. You're not just a client. You're not just joining the team. You're part of the Rooted family, and that I think we really encompass that, and that's the vibe.
That's the vibe. Atmosphere,
Yes.
you young whippersnapper. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. But just overall, to love on our clients is just, I know it's very rewarding for me. I love putting on these events. I love seeing the smiles and the times that everybody's having. I love when people come up to me selfishly at the end of the night, like at the comedy show, and was like, we had no idea what to expect, and this guy was really funny. So just trying to do more outside of the box things. I think you got a few more tricks up your sleeve too, right?
I do. We just have to figure out how to put them into play. But I'm very excited to create experiences for people and to have fun and maybe to push people a little bit outside of their comfort zone, but then make them comfortable once they're there.
Awesome. Well, that will wrap things up for us today. If you want to talk to Jacqueline about any events ideas or get more information on that Rooted Ambassador event coming up down in Champaign, give us a call. The number's 815-918-4727. Until next time, keep digging in.
This was Digging In Podcast, presented by Rooted Wealth Advisors.